get that kind of stuff squared away and
Yeah.
having everything else.
I want to make sure I'm being a good person to others because it's...
At AMSA to prepare themselves and
shout out to my parents.
You're going for you over at AMSA so far.
It's basically the same.
Who's helped you get to this point? Who means the most to you?
Like my girl, like I literally love her with my whole heart.
Hey, what's going on? Matt Besachio here once again for WMCT-TV and WMCT Sports. And welcome back for another taping of the Senior Spotlight Show, where we bring different student athletes from different athletic programs throughout the city of Marlborough. We bring them here in studio and introduce them to you. And today, our guests are the seniors from the Marlborough High field hockey team. We've got Natalie Gulbankian, we've got Marina Oliviera, and we've got Emma O'Malley from AMSA Charter. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
The Panthers, 10-6-2 regular season, 6-3-1 in mid-walk B play. That was good enough for third in the division. And we're hopefully looking forward to a pretty long playoff run that'll start this Saturday. They find out their opponent tomorrow. But before we talk about field hockey or anything on the field, we'll start to talk about them, a little bit about themselves and their senior year. So, Natalie, we'll start with you. Talk to me a little bit about how senior year has gone for you to this point.
It's been really good. It's been kind of surprising almost. I didn't expect it to be so exciting, and all the senior privileges at school are so much fun.
Awesome. Can you talk to me a little bit about the different privileges that you're experiencing now as a senior?
You can take different classes when you're a senior, and right now I do an internship at the preschool, and it's a lot of fun.
Very nice. Can you talk to me a little bit about the internship and some of the things that you're experiencing there?
I work in a preschool classroom, and I just kind of like shadow the teacher and get more experience on what I want to do in college.
Well, very nice. So future plans after college will be pursuing some type of education degree?
Like early ed.
Oh, very nice. Any feelers out as far as, schools that you might be considering, or have you not started the application process just yet?
I'm just kind of looking at schools in like Massachusetts, nothing really specific yet.
All right, cool. Good for you. Good for you. Marina, how about you? How's senior year? I know it's just a couple of months in, but talk to me about it so far.
I've had a lot of fun so far. I like all my classes. It's just been really fun.
Very nice. Anything specifically that you may plan on pursuing after graduation?
I really want to go into healthcare, so something regarding that.
All right, cool. What's your inspiration for that?
I've just always really liked anything about healthcare and like helping people. I just feel like I really want to do that when I'm older.
Very nice. Good for you. Emma, hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you. So talk to me about your senior year so far over at AMSA.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm taking a lot of classes like I've chosen, but it's also like pretty stressful too.
Talk to me about some of that stress.
Yeah, I mean, just like the whole application process, especially coming up, like I know November 1st is like a big deadline for a bunch of students, so that's been like kind of stressful. But like other than that, it's been fun. We had Spirit Week last week, which was really fun.
Talk to me about Spirit Week a little bit and what goes into that.
Yeah, so AMSA's a little bit different, as you know, like we have a uniform and stuff. So like Spirit Week is like a big deal because we all get to like dress down and like follow the themes. So I think it was pretty fun.
Very nice. Now you were talking to me about stress, right? So at your age, especially when you come about junior year, senior year, that pressure is starting to build in certain ways that you really hadn't felt up until this point. So Emma, we'll start with you. What do you like to do outside of school that helps to alleviate stress?
That's a good question. Honestly, just like small things like Starbucks runs. I love doing my work at Starbucks in like an environment that's like, a little bit more calm than my house. I mean, and then also I like I guess playing sports sometimes honestly helps relieve stress, definitely.
Of course, working out, doing different things like that. Very cool. Marina, how about you? What do you do
I agree. Definitely sports. I feel like the drink thing, I agree. Like a fun drink definitely helps.
Oh, awesome. Natalie, what about you? Anything you like to do? Maybe listen to music, go for walks, different things like that?
I love to go to Apex and play pool with my friends.
There you go. Very nice.
And play games.
All right, cool. Are you good?
At pool? And
Yeah. So you feel pretty confident, stepping up and breaking to be in games?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't mind playing pool, but I usually shift the responsibility of breaking to somebody else, because typically I'm the guy that'll be like, oh yeah, I got this, and then completely miss, and like two of the balls maybe like go over to the right. But very nice, very nice, very nice. So Natalie, let's stick with you though. You get to this point as a senior, certain things pop up. I know you said that it's been pretty enjoyable to this point, but would there be a piece of advice for maybe somebody who's like a sophomore or junior to give to them to kind of understand what it takes to be a senior?
I would say to keep up with the work and just do it when you're told to do it, and don't procrastinate and wait until the last second, because it just gets to be too much, and then you keep getting assignments one after another, and then you just have a bunch of work to do.
Well, it's good to learn how to not procrastinate now.
Yeah.
Life only gets harder from this point. If you learn how to take care of your responsibilities right away, then life becomes a little bit easier. That's a good answer. Now, Marina, what about you? What kind of advice would you give to maybe your junior or sophomore year self?
I would say definitely like find something to do outside of just schoolwork to like relieve that stress, because it is definitely a lot trying to keep up with all the work, and I feel like finding something outside of that definitely helps balance the workload.
Very nice, good answer, good answer. Emma, what about you?
I'd say like kind of honestly like the opposite of Nat's, like find something that will like make you happy and have fun. Like don't let it obviously like overshadow your schoolwork, but like maybe like just like calm down a bit and try to like live in the moment, I guess.
Well, learning how to deal with stress it's something that you can certainly carry with you through your adulthood. It's something that, as you get older and you have job, car, responsibilities, family, all those different things, the stress will always be there. So to have a plan on how to reduce that now is vitally important. So good for you guys. Now we'll kind of, at this point, switch to field hockey and the team. Natalie, can you talk to me about your relationship with Coach De Silva? Well, you guys call her Miss Michaela, right? So can you talk to me about your relationship with Miss Michaela?
I love Miss Michaela. She's great. She's like not just a coach, but like almost like a friend sometimes.
Yeah.
Like she's really nice, but she also pushes us to do our best at practice and in games.
Now, is there anything specifically that you think that she's helped you with, say, on the field to improve over your time as a Panther?
What this one?
Yeah, think about it. All right, we'll circle back. Marina, what about you? How about your relationship with Miss Michaela?
I feel like everyone on the team, including me, has a very good relationship with her. She's just a very good coach. She definitely pushes us, like what Nat said, but we also have like a lot of fun. And I feel like that's really important on a team like ours.
Very nice. Anything that maybe you've learned from her personally, how she carries herself, and that's maybe some way that you've wanted to carry yourself?
I feel like one thing about her is she just wants us to be very confident on the field, and I feel like that has definitely stuck with me. And to like, even if you don't really know your next move, just be confident.
That's great. That's one of the biggest things that a coach can impart on their athletes is the belief in yourself, right? Very good. Emma, what about you?
I've only known Michaela for like 3 years. I know a lot of people have known her for longer. So and obviously she wasn't like a teacher at my school. So I feel like my relationships might be a little bit different with her.
Sure.
But I still think she's a great coach. I've learned so much from her. Like I would not know what to do on the field if it wasn't for her. So yeah, I've learned honestly everything from her regarding the field hockey. Like, I don't know.
Was there any one particular moment that maybe you can recall where you were feeling down or you were feeling like you weren't very confident and she was able to kind of, flip that switch for you?
I mean, like, I can't think of one. I guess maybe I can actually. I know like earlier this year, like I came off the field and I was like, I thought I was having like an awful game or something. And like, I think she came up to me and she was like, you're doing a great job, which is like very little, but I didn't think so. So I guess like that was like a big thing that might have helped me.
Yeah, even when you're feeling down in yourself, somebody else saw this positive part of it. And that kind of helps to kind of get you out of that darkness, I guess, if you will, right? Very nice. Natalie, were you able to think of anything?
Yeah.
All right, give me what you got.
So Miss Michaela always tells us to just play our own game. And if people are being mean to us on the field, don't be mean back. And I feel like that's like a life lesson.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Not everyone's going to treat you right, but you can kind of control the things that you do, and that's being positive.
Yeah.
So,
and you have to beat teams with the score, not your words.
Yes.
Very nice. Words to live by, for sure. Very nice. Now, Marina, you're a captain. Can you talk to me about how special of a moment that was to be named a captain for the team?
I feel very honored because I honestly wasn't expecting to get captain, and I felt very honored mostly because there's so many people on our team that are like would thrive in this position, and I just felt very honored to be able to be like their leader, help them out.
Yeah, right. I mean, being 17, 18 years old, you now finally get into these positions of being able to actually lead people and have people look up to you, as opposed to you spending your youth always looking up to other people. Now you kind of get to have that role reversed, right? Now, Natalie, how about you? Also being a senior captain, what was the moment like for you when you heard that you were going to be a captain for the team?
Yeah, I agree with Marina. It was kind of surprising because like the people on our team vote for who they want to be a captain, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's one thing to be picked out by a coach or two, but when it's voted upon a team that's 10 to 15 people, and to be voted a captain, I'm sure that's pretty special, right? Very nice. Well, what about was there a leader on the team you can recall maybe from like your sophomore or even last year, somebody that helped to kind of show you the way, that somebody that helped you along and made you feel more comfortable on the team?
Yeah, I'd say Catherine Say. Would you agree? She was the goalie before me, and I feel like everyone loved her. She was so nice and she was so positive, and she really just she just wanted to help everyone.
Yeah, no, she was a great kid. We had her on the show last spring, and she was much more conversational than I, because I don't, you cover people from a distance and they seem kind of serious. Then when you get them in here in studio, you're like, oh wow, you've very much more personality than I would have guessed. But what about you, Marina? Is there somebody that when you were younger kind of helped to show you the way?
I feel like last year we had really good captains, but I feel like Maggie Horn really helped all of us. She was just very positive on the field, and like if you did something wrong, she'd be like, oh, it's okay, like, you'll get it next time, just do this. And it was just very helpful, mostly being someone who like kind of like just got on the field and just like was getting comfortable with it.
I like that. Now, you're not a captain of the team, but being a senior, there comes responsibility and leading as well. Can you talk to me about your leadership style on the field?
I just try. I know some people are like in the heat of the moment, like might yell, but I try my best to like stay calm, not yell at anyone, and just like kind of let everyone else do their own thing. And then like if I notice maybe that like they did something wrong or like it might not be working, I like go up to them and like ask them what they like, if they could like change it or like what they think about like what they did. Nice.
Well, now what about as far as an upperclassman? Now you being at AMSA, it doesn't have to necessarily be somebody on the field hockey team. Now your time over, with the Eagles, was there an upperclassman that helped kind of model the type of behavior and the type of leadership that you wanted to exhibit?
Yeah, so watching, like just last year, watching Maggie Horn play, it was like very, very helpful because obviously like, again, like Marina said, like very new to the field, like not used to playing at like such a high level. So watching her play was obviously like very helpful, and she's very good at field hockey, like very good. So it was nice to watch her, like watch someone that like really knows what they're doing, but like also not having them like get mad at you or like yell at you if you do something wrong. Like she was very like nice, and like her, like she would give you very good tips and like just help you improve overall.
It's always a nice combination. You get someone who's very good who can also be very helpful and very nice. It's like a lot of the times you'll have somebody who's very good, but they've got like a real attitude or like a swagger, and it can be difficult to really like approach them at times. I know that I've certainly had plenty of those throughout my high school career. Not that that was very great or anything like that, but that's very nice to hear that she was somebody that was able to help both of you. But like we had spoken about in the beginning, you guys are on the cusp of starting what hopefully will be a long playoff run. But to end the season, you guys did drop a few in a row. Marina, what do you think that the team has learned from this stretch and will be able to take with it starting on Saturday?
So we did play really hard teams that we lost to, but I feel like what we've learned is just to still be confident and let our game do the talking instead of our wins and losses, even though we're still a very successful team.
Mm-hmm. Emma, what about you? What do you think that the team has learned over the last maybe couple of weeks? Is it something as simple as, refer back to when you guys were super hot in the beginning of the year and just play like that? Or have you learned kind of from these losses at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think we've definitely learned from like the losses at the end of the year. Like Marina said, most of them were very tough teams, and I feel like most of the games, like even though we lost, like they weren't very like out of reach games. So I think it was just like to like stay confident in yourself and like don't let like the fact that we're losing like get to you, and like don't stress about it too much. I think that's a big one, because I know like when we tend to stress, I feel like that like we start to fall apart a little bit more. So yeah.
Good. Now, Natalie, you've been playing pretty well down the stretch. Now, what are you going to have to do to continue to play this well? Hopefully the offense is able to, come alive and score a couple of goals and not put as much pressure on you. But are you ready to take on the burden of possibly carrying the team through the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, thank you. But we did know these teams were going to be very hard, like the past week. But on Saturday when we play, I will definitely try to keep what I have been going with. Mm-hmm. And except I want to let in no goals.
No goals.
Because no goals will help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll help us.
Can't lose if there's a zero on the other side,
exactly.
Right? That's right. All right, well, very good. And obviously, best of luck to you guys starting Saturday. And hopefully we're covering some playoff games for highlights down a couple of weeks from now for you guys. But now we're going to transition to the quote portion of the interview. I first have a quote that Miss Michaela had for the entire senior class, and then we'll have quotes for each one of our guests here. So for the senior class in general, Miss Michaela writes, "If you were to come to any game or practice, the last kids to leave are kids in our senior class. Coach Wayman and I really enjoy the chemistry and personalities of our 5 seniors. Win, lose, and playtime aside, these seniors are a great bunch. They definitely contribute to the team dynamic, which this year has been a tremendous balance of the love of the game, each other, and hard work. You can tell that they created a culture where everyone wants to be here and wants to give their all." That's a very nice thing. All right, so first we'll start with you, Natalie, as far as the quote is concerned here. So, Coach, or Miss Michaela says, "Natalie has been a relief in the net for us these past few years and provides constant comic relief since joining the team several years ago. She always has the coaching staff laughing, and we never know what to expect from her. This year, she has definitely stepped up her game as a goalie and has been a great communicator of what she sees on the field. She directs her teammates on the field with more confidence this year, and I really value her input at halftime and between quarters. Whenever I want to make a big change or an adjustment, I like to see her thoughts on what she saw first. So she does have a serious and competitive side to her as well. As a leader, she helps keep things in perspective for the team, not to take anything too seriously, while at the same time showing aggressiveness on the field that we all want to see on our players. We played some really tough competition over the last week of our season, and Natalie played a big role in keeping those games close." So after hearing something like that, how does that make you feel?
That's fire. Thanks, Miss Michaela. That's so nice. It makes me feel happy.
No, it's got to be great just to kind of see somebody who's seen you playing over the last few years, just to have an appreciation for what where you're currently doing, but where you came from and where you are now. Mm-hmm. That's very nice. All right. Well, Marina, you're next. Marina is a very tough player. She has had her share of injuries playing as a back for us and always bounces back and is ready to go back in. Marina has been a part of our defensive team for a few years now, and it's been really fun to see how far she's come. She always has a positive attitude. Her role as a captain on this team has been quiet but valuable. The girls look to her for steady composure, and when she gives her opinion, it really holds weight with them. Marina also leads by example as she works every practice to improve. She is one of the few kids who really has some power in her lift, in her hits, clears, and passes when we're on grass. It's been fun to see her personality shine as an upperclassman as she's come out of her shell over the last few years. I know the coaches and the girls will miss her great sense of humor." How does that make you feel? What do you have to say?
It makes me feel really good.
Yeah?
That's so nice.
Now, as far as you coming out of your shell over the past few years, do you feel that as well? Do you feel a certain rise in confidence as far as being a leader on the team?
Definitely.
That's very nice. Well, good for you. It's very nice to be able to hear something like that, I'm sure. Now, Emma. Emma is a true gamer. She definitely steps it up for the games or for game days, and we love seeing the competitor in her. She is tough, which is easily observed from her black eye and bruises on her legs. On the field, she doesn't hesitate, and we love her aggressive approach. She has played midfield for us in previous years and to start this year. When the team needed her to shift to the back, she stepped into a different role with no questions asked and no hesitation. Since the change in position, she's played the majority, if not the entire game. She is someone we want on the field when the stakes are high. She's been a great leader, especially to her AMSA teammates. Your reaction?
Makes me feel great.
Now, being somebody who's able to, be tough on the field, be a quiet leader, and then to have somebody like a coach, even though, like you said, you've only been with her for a couple of years, to have somebody kind of recognize that and see that in you, I'm sure that's really nice, right?
Yep, definitely.
Great. All right, so that was the quote portion, and now we enter the shout-out portion of the interview, where these 3 ladies will have as much or as little time as they'd like to look into the camera and let whoever they would like to know how much they appreciate them. So, Natalie, we'll start with you. Who would you like to shout out?
Shout out Miss Wayman. She's the assistant head coach. She does the band app and the Sports U and the Google Classroom. She manages all our platforms. She always brings us little goodies at practice. She supplies equipment, and she coaches our lacrosse team. Some of us We all play lacrosse. Me and Marina are on the Marlborough lacrosse team, but Emma's on the Amstel lacrosse team. Miss Wayman is great. Thank you, Miss Wayman.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Miss Wayman. Marina, how about you?
So I wanted to shout out my mom.
That's a great first time.
She comes to all of our games and the lacrosse games as well, and she's just very supportive. She's always yelling for everyone and just always shows up. I really appreciate it.
Very nice. Anybody else you'd like to shout out?
Miss Wayman as well, of course. We love Miss Wayman and Coach Grace and Miss Michaela, obviously.
Very nice, very nice. Emma, how about you?
I wanted to shout out my grandpa.
That's wonderful. Why?
So like my grandpa has like basically bought me like every piece of like sports equipment I own, like either like field hockey, lacrosse, everything. Like he's kind of like the whole reason why I've like, I guess like played sports throughout my high school career, and like he like really is like up to date with my games. He's always like checking in on my stats like on the team, and he's always at my games. So yeah.
That's very sweet. Anybody else you'd like to shout out?
Miss Wayman.
Okay. All right, awesome. Very nice. All right, well, thank you guys very much for sharing that. Those were all very nice shout outs. And best of luck to you guys on Saturday, and hopefully you guys can rip off a few wins.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Senior Spotlight Show. As always, these will be posted to YouTube, Facebook. You can find it pretty much anywhere. So thank you so much to Natalie, to Marina, and to Emma. I'm your host, Matt Besachio, and we will see you next time on the Senior Spotlight Show.